represented is to consume media and to be able to find yourself in it.
Representation matters, and it's not only saying that you're a Latino, you know, it's embracing our culture, embracing speaking Spanish.
There's not a lot of representation because not a lot of us know about these different careers and professions that we can do.
Ultimately, you don't know what you don't know. I think that's the thing I tell the girls all the time. And so if you don't know that you can be a Latinx person and work in STEM or work in media, and because you don't physically see it, then you don't know it's something that you can achieve and can aspire to.
So laTEEna started back in 2002. So we celebrated our 20-year anniversary this year. And it started in a journalism class in a UT classroom by Laura Donnelly and Alicia Rascon. And they were frustrated with the lack of Latina representation in the media, particularly. So they started this organization, this project to develop a magazine created by Latinas and for Latinas.
So Laura comes down to the front of the class and tells me, "Can we do something different?" I said, "Sure. What's the project?" And she said that she'd like to do a webzine for Latina girls. And they started working on the prototype for a webzine for Latina girls. They developed it throughout the semester, and then the rest is history as they continued even after the semester was over.
As Austin started to grow into a tech hub, it kind of evolved into media and tech, right? So now we do different programs for coding, robotics, so it's a little bit of mixed of media and tech. You know, at this age, they're a little sponge where they're absorbing everything. So the younger that they start being introduced to these opportunities, to these mentors and their speakers, and just being able to engage with, specifically today with tech, the younger that they are, the more confident they're going to be, you know, as they approach their higher academics, or as they start being introduced to opportunities to be part of extracurricular activities or clubs at school. They, you know, if, like, for example, they see a club, a robotics club at school, they're not going to think that's foreign to them.
I believe there's immense importance in seeing yourself represented in media, and that this representation matters beyond the products that are out there. So because of the past history in the United States with misrepresentation of Latinos and underrepresentation of Latinos in media, it is really important that we address it in not only as we're educating future media makers, but also as we are producing media, that we address this representation, that it's not only underrepresentation, but a misrepresentation of Latinos in media.
I studied to be a broadcaster, and even to get that rolling, that was difficult, because when I first moved to Austin, I mean, I couldn't find a job as a broadcaster because I had an accent or because I look a certain way. It's not easy, you know, it's hard. So, yeah, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, feel like, yeah, you don't belong, or why are you here, or, you know, why you look a certain way.
I did not know that I needed this as a kid, right? There was just something there that did not fulfill me. I knew that there was more, that I as a woman could do more. I could be more than what I was being set up to be. So when you see movies, you consume magazines, you know, media, you're on Netflix, and you're able to see other children that are going through the same struggles that you're going through, that whose parents maybe speak both languages, like, right, or struggle with English, or who's maybe the child that is teaching their mom how to use the computer. They see those things and they feel identified, and they feel like, oh, I'm not the only one going through these issues. I'm not the only one that lives this way, right? So it's really important for you to be able to find those places where you can identify yourself, so you understand that you're not alone in the world. When you are representing someone, right? When you're a news anchor, you're on a TV show, you're in a movie, and you look like those people, like other people, like those children that are watching you, they are able to relate to them and also see that one day they can be that, right? If you're not able to see it, how are you going to visualize yourself in that position?
I'm passionate about Latinitas because of our mission. We're empowering girls through media and technology. And in my case, as a Latina who studied journalism, something that drives me is it's media and reaching out to my community, to those girls that need it the most, is something that makes a huge difference. And of course, at the same time, you want to empower them, and technology, hey, is the way to go.
Latinitas work with young kids to teenagers, and these are formative years, right? So they are really able to address some issues that are very important, which is in how they see themselves, right? Because by the time you're an adult, you have some better notions of who you are and how you see yourself. But when you're young, you're really like, it's your formative years into having, your self-esteem and your personality and your advocacy, like your sense of like what I say matter. All of that is being creative in these formative years. So she's really able to reach out to a very important age group. And not only that, but Latinitas started as a magazine, and there's so much more than that right now. But they addressed the need of having that voice in the media for young Latinas.
In the last 20 years, from magazine and media and journalism now to technology and media and coding, and we have so many programs, so many clubs after school. It's not only the conference, we're meeting the needs. We're going to the schools and we're encouraging the girls, and are developing curriculum to satisfy all those needs that perhaps we might find because of our research. And at the end of the day, it takes a village to fill in those gaps, and that you're planting that seed, that it's going to be something bigger in the future.